It is Wednesday, September 17th, 2025. And what a day. What a week. Exhausting. A lot of things on my plate. Getting through it though. Life can try and push you down. Life can try, well, it's usually not life. It's usually people can try to needle point you and throw darts at you and kick you around, and you know what? It's how you react. It's how you deal with it. So we've got today the Fed meeting, the big anticipatory Fed meeting, to where they're probably going to cut rates. I think it's at 2 p.m. Eastern time. Everybody's waiting. What's going to happen? I think it's priced in that there's going to be a rate cut. It's just how big of a cut is it going to be? Is it going to be 25? Is it going to be 50? We'll see what happens, but I think it's pretty much a given. If they don't cut, it's probably going to be a violent backlash. You know, the markets are going to retaliate. And so we'll see. But again, you know, it comes down to you're living in an artificial reality. It's overlaid with money. It's not even money. It's overlaid with a currency, this magic trick that's been in place since 1913, but some say illegally passed, or you know, around Christmas time, Federal Reserve Act. At the same time, you had the income tax rolling out, had a lot of the educational, pharmaceutical, medical, industrial complex, you know, a lot of the centralization of America occurred at that point. And, you know, prior to that, we kind of reached our heyday. And then after that, after 1913, you had some serious economic hardships. I mean, you had the Great Depression. And the whole idea of the Federal Reserve was to take care of monetary policy, so you didn't have any more what were called panics, bank panics in the past. But, I mean, you look at what it's done since then. It's eroded the value of your energy, your money. It used to be a gold coin was worth, I think, what, $20 back then. And, you know, you got an ounce of gold roughly, let's just say that, worth $20. Well, an ounce of gold now is worth, what, $3,600? So what's happened in that time frame, the ounce of gold hasn't changed, or the gold coin hasn't changed, but the money, or I should say the dollars, not even dollars, the currency that it takes to purchase that has exploded exponentially. So you lost value if you're getting paid in that currency, essentially is what's happened. And now we've got another circus today. Oh, we're going to do this, we're going to do that. And why does anybody even pay attention to that stuff? Why does anybody even care? You know, since 2000 with this whole COVID thing, you've had trillions of dollars printed in one bill, 6.2 trillion during COVID. I mean, I think the number was somewhere around $10 trillion was printed in that period during the first Trump administration. You had 10 trillion new dollars coming into the market, and then you wonder why the cost of food's up. You know, holy! I mean, I look at some things and I can't believe it. How much it's gone up. You take anything that you used to buy, let's say in 2020, and what you buy now, the same thing, basically, well, the packaging has shrunk, so you get less of it, and the price has gone up. Shrinkage, it's like a Seinfeld episode. Shrinkage? Don't you know what shrinkage is? But that's what you have. You have shrinking, a cat. A cat! Look, a cat! Look there. A cat! Just didn't even see it. What are you, blind? Get in here. Come on. But you got a situation where you're getting less, you're paying more, and deal with it. Have your wages gone up that much? Sorry, I'm in the sun right now, so it's going to look a little washed out. Okay. Speaking of which, the sun, the lighthouse, Litecoin Chads. Pretty cool, this Sats LTC on X. He's putting out images of different people in the Litecoin community, I guess you could say. I mean, it's just, you know, people that like Litecoin, like me, putting out these caricatures, you know, capturing who these people are, and it's pretty cool. You know, he made one for me. It had a lighthouse in the background, and I'm screaming, you know, fire coming out of my mouth, and wandering boats in the background, coming to the lighthouse. And that's really what it is. That's kind of my life. I like to bring people together. I like to bring people together so that they can experience something that they don't experience in their ordinary lives. You know, you may be around people where you try to talk to them about higher things and they just don't get it. They're more concerned with, oh, what's the rate cut going to be? Oh, did you see there's a new series? Oh, what happened to the Cowboys? You know, that's kind of the majority of thinking out there, in the mundane conversations that really don't mean anything, bread and circus that a lot of people engage in. Water cooler talk, you know, it's very unfulfilling life. Worried about material things, materialism, worried about, you know, things that really aren't significant as far as your soul, the path that you are on, why you are here in the midst of this particular background at this particular time on the stage, because that's all it is. It's a changing of backgrounds. We've always been the same. We're soul creatures. We're spiritual creatures, you know, trapped in a material body, a material matrix. And we have to navigate through that. And that's why we have so much pain and suffering, and, you know, things don't feel right. And a lot of people experience that. Well, I'm happy to be able to be hopefully a lighthouse to bring people together like that, so that, you know, you can resonate at the same frequency and have the share experiences with like people, because it's hard to find. I mean, you know, coming to the meetup here in a couple of weeks, you got people from all over the country coming together because they want to be around their friends, they want to be around their extended family, really their family. Found something in each other that is truly special and timeless in a lot of ways. I don't know how many times I've heard people say, man, I felt like I've met you, I feel like I know you my whole life. You know, you meet people and you think, ugh, I don't want to be around this person, you know, in your daily life. And then some people you meet occasionally, you think, wow, you know, for whatever reason, I really get you. You know, we just kind of, it's the frequency. You're resonating at the same frequency and drawn together because of something deeper. You know, it's not, oh, we work in the same job, you know, we've got the same interests. Oh, I'm interested in cryptocurrency just like you. It's really not that, because what you'll see if you're ever a part of this is that it might have been cryptocurrency that was kind of the catalyst that brought people together, because it gets people thinking about monetary policy, energy. What money is energy, a store of your energy, a transfer of your energy in a better form. And so it gets you down that path, and you start thinking about freedom. You start thinking about independence. You start thinking about a lot of things that go deeper. And so it's really a catalyst to get that thought process going. And the conversations, when I'm around everybody, not very much about crypto. Really aren't. It's about sharing experiences and sharing time more than anything. And that's really the most precious commodity is time well spent. I mean, because you can spend time, and you can spend time well. And it's just like somebody that shows up to work. Oh, I put my 40 hours in. You know, what'd you get accomplished? Yeah, I was here. Not a lot. And so, and then you've got somebody that shows up for 10 hours and does twice the work, but unfortunately they're a lot of times not rewarded because, get the sun, there we go. They're not rewarded because it's based on it's a time-based work system where you're going to get paid per hour instead of by the job. So you can hire a carpenter like Mitch, and you might say, wow, that's kind of high per hour. I can get that done, you know, for, you know, whatever percentage less per hour from this guy. Well, I guarantee the efficiency and the knowledge of having a guy like Mitch work is going to save you money in the long run, and it will. It really will. Rather than the inexperienced person who's not been through it and can't think himself through it and doesn't lay it out in the mind prior to doing it, that person's going to make some mistakes. Things are going to have to get replaced. That's time, and time is money, you know. So there's time well spent, and then there's time just spent. And so you got to look at it that way. it's important to savor the moments, savor that time. Because how many times have you looked back and said, man, I wish I would have appreciated then spending that time with a parent, a grandparent. If I'd only known that they weren't going to be around in a week, if I'd only known that that was going to be the last time I saw them, I would have appreciated it more. I would have, I wouldn't have argued about something, or I wouldn't have brought something up. I would have savored those moments, because you can't get them back. They're gone. So it's important to live every day with that mindset that it could be your last. It could be the last time you see somebody. So appreciate them. I mean, I've had those instances in my life to where that might have been the last time I saw this person, and sometimes it was, inevitably it is. There's always a last time. Last time for everything. I don't like Brad Paisley's music so much. It's a little, I don't know, I want to call it cartoony and cliche-ish. Maybe that's the word. But I do like that song. There's a last chance. What is it? Last chance for, is it last time? Last time for everything. Yeah, it's a good song because it kind of hits you at different levels. It's catchy, but there's certain lyrics in that song, memories that he recounts that they kind of hit you. And it's so true. There's a last time for everything. And so you better treat it as such. Might be the last time you're ever a part of that person's life and experience that energy that they have in this life, because that energy never dies, and it just gets transferred. That's just how it works. So yeah, appreciate the people who are around you. I do. And some people, they're vampires, and just be completely honest about it. There are vampires in your life. They may be people who are close to you, and sometimes you don't realize it until you're almost sucked dry, and you have to separate from that. You have to let that go. A vampire doesn't have energy unless you give it to him, and it's really up to you. So you need to do some self-analysis of the people with whom you surround yourself, because there are energy vampires who definitely will drain you. They'll take everything you have and leave you as a corpse, bloodless corpse. And that's what they do. And so it's important not to allow that to happen. And you have to protect yourself. You have to make sure that you are a good caretaker of your soul. There's a reason why there's the vampire legends. I mean, they exist today. It's just a different form. Just like I said, it's a different stage. It's a different background. It's the same energy throughout time, since the beginning of time, whatever that means. You look at all the stories from history. It's the same thing, just a different setting. We've always been the same. If we believe we're energy creatures that don't get extinguished, then those same emotions, those same feelings. Why do you think plays from Greek tragedies resonate today? Why do you think something written 3,000 years ago still, has impact on us? You read anything from history and it still is relevant today, so many things, because it's tapping into the human condition. It's tapping into what we are, who we are, and the same emotions play out, the same feelings, the same conflicts, the same passions play out time and time again. Look in there, somebody's giving me a call. Call them back here. Have to wrap this up. So it's important that we take note of that and we live our lives accordingly, and don't let people vampire your energy. Surround yourself with people who are light creatures, not creatures of the darkness, and you'll have a much more fulfilled life. It's important to let things go that are not good for you, and you know what they are. And sometimes it's hard, and sometimes it's very, very difficult, and sometimes you don't want to do it, but you know that it's just doing you harm, and you're not going to be good for anybody, if you don't get yourself right and put yourself in a position where you can protect yourself spiritually, protect your soul, and have people around you who nourish that, rather than people who have no regard for it. And there are those people, and sometimes they're in your family. Sometimes they're your friends. I've seen it in my own life and in my own friends' lives, my friends' lives, to where, man, I was friends with this person for a long time, and I can't believe they're acting this way now, and there's no coming back from it. And at some point, they draw the line, don't cross the line in the sand, don't cross the Rubicon, because then it's over and there's no going back. And so you have to put those boundaries in place. You don't let those vampires over the threshold. All these analogies, all these stories have meaning, they're important, and they're applicable to today. They're applicable forever. So protect yourself. All right? Live every day as if it's a gift and a joy to experience, because it really is. Every day above ground is a good day. Not to say that it might be better afterwards, and you get away from this body, but as long as the body can do what it needs to do, and you can function, and you can put positivity and energy and light and love into this world, we should do it. We need to do it. And let go of the darkness, let go of the anger, let go of the vengeance. That stuff doesn't help you. It doesn't help anybody. It plays into lower vibrations at lower frequencies that are not healthy. You are a light being. Seek out the light. Put out the light. All right. So, I think today I'll update my website, clintwestwood.net, for the public meetup, which will be on October 3rd. And we're going to show up. Everybody's going to show up around here. Central Illinois, near Peoria, Illinois. So make your plans. The lovely Litecoin Lisa and I will be doing a live happy hour. And a lot of great people are going to be coming. All over the country. From East Coast to West Coast, North and South, and in between. We're going to have them all here. The light will be shining. All right. Have yourself a wonderful day. Make it a wonderful day. You can change it. Every action that you take, everything that you do can bring light into the world in someone else's life, and you don't even know it. But just do it. And the universe will reward you. It will reward our existence. Put more light out there. Vanquish that darkness, because that's what the light does. All right. I love you all. I hope you have a wonderful Wednesday, and I hope to see you in a couple of weeks. All right.